Welcome to Boise. So, I'm back for the crazy event that I'm about to put on. Stephanie and I have about to attempt is in the back end each time I put up a segment. As you can see, my daughter is right here hanging out with me. She's watching Netflix, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So, hey, if you guys want to send me a check, that'd be awesome, because I just, anyway. Let's give this a try and see how the whole thing works out. And if the whole thing works out, all right, that's the right microphone right now. And I need to change over to this microphone. All right, there we go. I told you I wasn't ready, and I really needed a lot of time to get ready, but my daughter needed to go swimming this morning, and so I didn't spend any of the time getting ready with the tech that I needed to. So here we go. I'm going to try and screen share this one more time. There we go, and we're going to hide that, and we're going to go.
An intro explanation.
Okay.
That hair is sticking out. Happens with one hair. All right, welcome to our Thanksgiving segment. Stephanie and I are doing something different, and we're using this hat to do something different. Inside this hat, which I do want to point out, this hat was, as if you didn't know it already, it was given to me by Whalen. Inside this hat are the names of all of the superheroes from this season. And we're going to slowly be picking those out. And then we're going to do the Who Are You exercise. Any of the female guests, and I will play any of the male. Hopefully this makes sense. Stephanie, do you have anything else to add about this little confusing venture that we've come up with?
Well, I think the reason that we came up with it is because recently we started using it as a trailer, right? And it's been a really enlightening experience, I think, for both of us, but also for our guests, because it's not something you necessarily think about, how we define ourselves and why we pick that definition. So we wanted to honor everybody who's been on the show this season, and just tell them why we think they're so super. And so hopefully that'll come through, and I think we should just give it a shot.
Yeah, let's go for it. Hang on just a second.
All righty, now you got my audio. So I hope that wasn't too crazy there. The truth is, I need somebody that's helping me produce these things when I get this kind of crazy. But hey, it's fun to try. So that was our little opening. And what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to be playing the videos as they come up alphabetically. So that I just I wanted an order that wasn't particularly, you know, giving more credit to somebody and less to someone else. So alphabetically seemed like the easiest way to go. So the first one that we've got up is Alex Riecke-Gonzales. And so we're going to go ahead and play that just right now. And here we go. Let's see. Okay, while I'm actually getting this up, I'm going to keep talking.
What if I...
So here now. I really do need somebody helping me with this. All right.
What if I do this? Is this cheating, Stephanie?
I'm kidding. Oh, God.
Nope.
Give a name. Let's go.
Oh, man, I cracked myself up. Okay, it's got an A, an E, or an A and an L. Oh, next one's an E. It's Alex.
Alex.
First
Alex.
guest of the season.
Okay. Because we can do Alex. Alex is going to be, it'll go quick. And Alex joined us for the kickoff show, so she's the one who helped us christen the season of movement.
Yes. With the only word from the season of movement that I selected.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah, we've created the doc and you went in and got really active, created them all, but we had to move forward. And so I put that one word in there and then I didn't have time to get back to it before you got to it.
Sorry.
No, I'm not complaining. It was awesome. That's not my strength. And you can tell. What was the word again?
It was movement.
No, the first episode was not movement.
Oh my God. Okay, well I have to go. Oh, Inception. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So our words would have been a lot more esoteric if I had picked them. This is what we can see from the word inception.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Alex. Besides being a dog lover, who are you?
And a tattoo lover, I would like to tell you.
You do like to remind me of that often.
Yes. Well, you know, I don't want you to forget. I want to start a movement. I am someone who is committed to using this and my education to change the world.
Why?
Because I have the opportunity to teach, and I think that those young, impressionable minds, I could put some good stuff in there. And if I give them the right tools, they can help that change along. But I also think that I'm a genuinely heartfelt person who wants to believe that people can be better than the way they act sometimes. And I would like to play a part in helping them recognize that and helping them find a way to communicate better and to express themselves better so that they have happier lives and so that the world in general is a better place.
Okay. Can I just say, even though she's got a degree in communication, I don't think Alex could have described herself that well.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was pretty good. That was.
Yeah. I forgot my hat though. I should have brought my floppy hat.
Yes.
That would have been cool to wear my floppy hat. But Alex, I will wear the hat for you another time, I promise.
So, Alex, I want to thank you, of course, for being on the show. I want to thank you for being, I've said this a ton of times. You know exactly what I'm going to say right now. But I absolutely love competing with you. I mean, SEO-wise and Gombach are as aligned in trying to achieve the same thing as any two companies currently on Google+. And you're my partner far more than you are my competitor. I mean, we work on a number of projects together on a regular basis. You are the epitome of everything that David Amerland talks about in semantic search, and I love working with you. That's a pretty personal thank you, but that's what I got for you.
And Alex, you know I love you. So I don't know what else I can tell you, except find a good tattoo artist. I'm still waiting for the hurl.
You're really going to do this. I'm not going to be there, but hey, I might broadcast it if you guys want, depending on where you're getting tattoos.
We got to figure it out, man. I already told her. She tells me where. I'm there.
There you go. Well, I'm not.
Okay.
Tattoos not
that
my
might
thing.
be better.
That's probably true, but tattoos are just not my thing. No. So there you go. We will see you in 30 minutes from the real time right now on last week's Network Roundtable.
And if you're not confused, it means you're a true fan. Because if you followed that, you've been here too long. But we want you to come back.
Absolutely right. We love all of you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure live I'm going to be saying it a lot more. Thank you for coming to the show each week, for supporting us in our push to make esoteric business practices more embraced.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Our first video is done, and my daughter's moving around a lot. She's loving her flick, I think. Yeah, the one thing that is so interesting to me as I went through and edited these private HOAs into individual segments was the interaction. I don't think you guys get to see the way Stephanie and I joke around when we're planning and preparing for our shows. I think we're more dry in the show, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I want to throw this up. Alex says, it takes two to tango, Dennis. You also embody what David A. says in that you work with me rather than against me. Yeah, that's awesome. Kristen Drysdale. Not confused at all. True fan in the hizzy. That's true. I got to see what Kevin said, because apparently it's really funny. Let's see here. Kevin says, and welcome, Kevin. We haven't seen you for a while because you got a new job. I really like all things about framing, too. I got wild when I hear this word. Okay, so that's part of some other longer conversation. It's hard for me to follow the longer conversations just because I'm not actually looking at this most of the time. I'm looking at what you guys see when I'm playing the videos. Carmen, I gotta say, the Green Eggs and Ham t-shirt was a gift from Cheryl, because Green Eggs and Ham, I tout it all the time as the greatest book on sales ever. I even have a YouTube video up about why I think Green Eggs and Ham is the greatest book on sales. So you can check that out. Maybe I'll even throw it into the comments after I get done with the show. I think, though, it's time to jump to our next video. So let me find it. This is going to be Alois Bělaška. I hope I said that right.
Okay,
And
no fanfare. Here we go.
let's get that back to the beginning and get all of our settings correct. All right, so I'm going to screen share first. I think that's better. Yeah. Screen share. And then I'm going to change my audio. I'm going to be muted now.
Okay, no fanfare. Here we go. I think that's the only time I did it without fanfare.
Dun, dun, dun. It's okay. I did the fanfare that time.
Aha! I'm up.
Oh, Alois.
Alois.
And Alois was with us for fuel.
Yes, he was.
Okay. Are we ready?
We are ready.
So, Alois Bělaška, and excuse me if I slaughtered your name. Who are you?
I am someone who has given the world of Google Plus a much needed gift. That is the ability to continue to operate their other social media without actually having to leave the Plus, where we all love to be. I'm a programmer. I'm a complex thinker. And I am the kind of person that sees value in others, and I happily tell them why they have value and why they're important to me.
Why?
I wish that I could, this is now Dennis speaking, be Alois in the last portion and answer that question. The truth is, I don't know him well enough to truly answer the why of why it is that he sees good in others and points it out. So I'm going to answer the why to the part I didn't want to answer, which is, why did I create the tool? I created it because I saw a need directed more specifically to the needs of people who love and embrace Google Plus than any of the more broad-based social sharing tools like Hootsuite. I knew there was a need. I wanted it filled for me, and I thought that it would help a lot of other people, so I built it.
Well, I want to say thank you to Alois. First off, because Friends and Me is awesome. And it is an amazing tool that helps everybody here on the platform. But also because not only did he do a lot of organizing so that he could be part of our show, because he lives, unlike a lot of the people who came on our show, he lives in Europe, and so it was a little more complicated for him to make all of our show times.
And Eastern Europe to boot.
Exactly. He lives even from some of the other Europeans that we've had on. And I think that he was willing to talk about a lot of the things, because he was early in the season. We weren't totally clear on what the season was going to be. It was explained it to him. And so he was willing to just come on and hang out with us and talk about not only what motivates him personally, but also his business, which is not always easy. You know, I think that's always complicated to, it's easy to say, oh, you should do this and you should do that. But when you start talking about what you do personally, sometimes it's a little more complicated. So like Dennis, I really appreciate that Alois is looking around for what works, and that he's always looking to say, hey, this is really great, when he sees things out there. But I really appreciate him being strong enough and, you know, courageous enough to come on the show and talk about not only himself but also his business. So I really was glad to meet him. He was someone I didn't know well, and I loved that he came on the show.
I want to thank him as well. The whole way, I don't think anyone knows how he got on the show. I downloaded Friends Plus Me at the recommendation of a friend, James Spears, actually. I started playing with it, and within a couple of hours of having downloaded it and getting it set up, I got a personal email from him thanking me for downloading, like from Alois, thanking me for downloading the app and following up with me. And I could tell it was not written by a computer. And I responded back and I thanked him for getting back to me. And like 2 minutes later, he got back to me with another obviously personally written email. And so I turned around and right then and there said, "Can I get you on an HOA? You rock." I mean, customer service on an amazing level. The other thing I'm grateful for, I mean, I was first grateful for him developing Friends Plus Me, but I'm even more grateful for the latest update. I love the latest update. I don't know if anyone's seen this, but when it posts to Facebook now, it's a link back to your Google Plus, which is so awesome because so many of my posts are auto awesomes that don't work on Facebook. Facebook. Anyway, and so I can put in there something about it being auto awesome. I can comment in the thread and tell my friends, just click on the picture and you'll be able to go see this thing moving. And it's allowed me to get a lot more friends, not only engaging on Facebook, but coming to the platform and experiencing the benefits of the Plus. Dude, you freaking rock. I think I've said that for everybody, but that's just something I say all the time.
It doesn't make it any less true just because we say it for multiple people.
That's right.
Okay, I'm back. You know, if I was in my studio, I'd be able to talk over the videos, but here in the hotel, I'm limited on that. Alois is an amazing guy. I have loved every interaction with him. His customer service is just amazing. In fact, with Omicido's comments and the big conversation that happened over the last week regarding this show, the truth is that Friends Plus Me really does give that gratitude-based customer service that can really change your business. So take a look really quickly at conversations. I loved this one. Cheryl's gonna be blown away that I love this one, but and is it gonna come up? Here we go. Oh, well, that's weird. All right, well, what it says is, woohoo, Dr. Seuss is the best author ever. One of my planned tattoos, actually, Dennis Deuce, is dedicated to him, an entire sleeve dedicated to Dr. Seuss. Okay, so, you know, many of you may know I personally don't like tattoos on myself, but I gotta say, a sleeve all about Dr. Seuss, I can hardly wait to see this thing, because that is going to be pretty freaking cool. You know, anytime somebody does something, if it's out of the box, it's cool. And some of what's going on with tattoos is just so, oh, been there, done that. Let's see. Okay, going through this. Here we go. Kristen Drysdale says, Alois Bělaška is one of the most magical people I know on the web. He's got major superpowers galore. He is. Oh, Yvonne, thank you for showing up. Of course, with your name starting in Y, you're going to be towards the end of the show. But Pete will be coming up earlier, and thank you so much for letting us do that. If you haven't seen the micro videos that we posted already, I hope I can get through this one without tears, because I didn't get through that one without tears. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a look at the next video, which is CLB, Christine L. Bowen. Let's get that ready.
Hey, well,
and primed. All right, here we go. Now we're going to turn on the screen share first, and then we'll turn on the secondary mic, and you guys will be ready to watch. So screen share is up. And all right, where's my controls? All right, why do I not have my controls? Okay, I'm gonna have to unscreen share because it didn't give me my controls. So we're gonna change the mic first this time.
okay, well, I'm sensing
It's gonna be me.
that this one's for you.
You kill me. Are you psychic?
That's what I was pretending. There's only 2 names in there, and they're both female, so.
You need the bandana. You know, you need to take the necktie and tie it around your neck and let it hang down like that. So
Yeah, what was that character's name? The Great.
oh God, I can't remember. It'll come to me, or you'll look at it. We'll Google it after. How about that?
So this person is the only person that I know on the Plus that I refer to verbally, not by her name, but by her 3 initials. And she has masterfully branded herself as CLB. It is, honestly, I keep thinking that I need to start branding myself as DND because there are huge benefits to interacting with Christine as CLB.
Yep.
So,
And Christine joined us for vision.
yes, very fitting. So, Christine, who are you?
I am someone who has an amazing vision, not only for myself and for what I want to contribute to the world, but the ability to see that vision and share it with other people when maybe it's a little harder for them to see it for themselves.
Why?
Because I love people. Because at my heart, I just love people. They make me smile. They make me laugh. They make me happy. I just love hanging out with people, meeting new people, understanding what their dreams are, trying to find a way to help them. That really gets me going. And because I've got a ton of experience in a bunch of different areas, network marketing, graphic design, a ton of online experience, I'm able to share that with them in a way that helps them figure out what feels natural for them. Because I genuinely believe that everyone is brilliant, but that we have to quit being afraid of our own brilliance and let it shine through and let the world see it.
Christine, I want to thank you. Man, there's so many things to thank Christine for. For your kind words about my less than perfect graphic design things. You are always so nice, and I appreciate that so much. For your friendship, not just to me, but you have also made an exerted effort to be a friend for my wife when she's needed a friend, and I appreciate that. The last one, I want to thank you for having the coolest profile picture on the Plus. I know you don't keep it up all the time, and you know exactly which one of your profile pictures I'm referring to. It's the one with the glasses down and they're really big and but every now and again you change that one back in just for a couple of days, I think, at a time here and there. And I don't know if you do that for me or not. You know how I feel about that picture, but I totally take it as a, hi Dennis, just thinking about you, so I changed my profile picture back to the one you like. So that's the message you send me, whether you meant to or not. And I appreciate just another show of friendship. So.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you to Christine for everything that you have shared with me, for all the support that you've given me. I feel like a broken record because I am saying this to everybody, but it's true. I have been very blessed with the people that I've met here on this platform, and I don't know that I can say it any better than something that you created, Christine. You're the total package, girl.
Well said.
And I'm back. There you go. All right. So yeah, that was, CLB is just amazing. I mean, I am so in shock that she's able to actually brand herself as CLB. And from the standpoint of like Plus mentioning her and stuff, it's a huge advantage. Way to go, girl. Okay, so let's see. I saw this one. Yvonne says, will this go white or will it play over me? There you go. Oh, well. You made me cry yesterday. Well, I didn't mean to, but letting us do it obviously made me cry. So thank you so much again for being here. We have a big conversation going on about Adam Levine and his tattoos, and how grateful Alex is for his tattoos. Well, because she hasn't said that, but yeah. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one here. The next one is, I think, I haven't really gone down and checked the statistics on this, but I think this next one got the most traction of all of them. And I really appreciate the way that David Amerland has shared this out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go mute.
Pick a name. Come on, pick a name.
Okay, reaching into the magic Nora hat. Let's see who goes first here. We're going to go with this one. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, and the name is David.
No.
So this is David Amerland. So that means you're asking questions, and I'm supposed to be the amazing David Amerland.
Okay. And so just as a reminder, David was on for humility, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so David, who are you?
I'm known for semantic search. I am a martial arts enthusiast. And I am a product of the entire world. I've lived on many continents, and that's me.
Why?
Why? This is really hard to do for somebody else. Okay, so there's three things there. I'll answer a quick why to each one. Why semantic search? Because I process information in a way that helps me to understand the complexities that are going on with the changes in the semantic web. And I think that I have an ability to help people understand those changes so that they can make the most out of it in their marketing. Martial arts, because it helps me stay centered, keeps me physically fit, but it also helps me to have an outlet for what life brings to me. And why have I lived all over the world? Because I can.
Well, thank you, David. And I want to thank you for being part of the show, even though I unfortunately was not able to be in the show. I was incredibly inspired by the different ways that you described being humble. And I think that that's something we could all do a better job at. But I really appreciate you tackling such a difficult topic. And I hope that everybody can look to you as an example, because I do think that that's something you do exceptionally well.
Ditto. Now, I should have changed my hat. I was no longer David.
All right, there we go. Yep, I'm no longer David. Apparently, everybody thought that was one of the funniest things I said in all the shows. You know, it's always interesting to me because the things that really crack me up usually crack up nobody else. And the other ones that I just say, and I didn't even think they were funny, crack up a lot of people. So who knows? Apparently, I have no idea what funny is, but that's okay. Okay, so before we move into the next one, I'm looking at the time and I'm realizing something that I was afraid of, and Stephanie and I had talked about already, which is that I don't think I'm going to get all 16 micro videos put up. Now, so far, the videos have been longer segments. Many of them are only 3 minutes long, but there's a couple of them that got to be 5 and 8 minutes long, and we seem to be hitting those early on. I still want to throw it out there. You know, this whole network roundtable, we're a democracy. So I want to know, do you guys want us to keep moving through them? Or would you like us to do another special at another time and keep doing some of these? So it's up to you guys whether we end at 142 or keep moving. Because as you can see, my little daughter here, little angel, she's totally enjoying her movie. And what you can't see is Lullaby, who is with me, is completely and utterly exhausted. Yeah, pretty cool hotel that lets you have a Great Dane in it, though. Maybe he'll show up a little later. So let's see really quick. Some nice comments about here. Kristen Drysdale said this was nice. She says, for months I waited patiently to meet Christine Bowen. Where'd it go? On Get Busy. Such a joyous person. She just makes me want to spread sunshine. And it's true. That's absolutely true about her. So, oh, yeah. Not sure I agree, Kristen, but these are kind words, and I have to say thank you. Dennis Deuce, you did an excellent job with that one. I think humility is not far from your core, just saying. If you knew how proud I really was, Chris. All right, so we're going to move into our next one. Let's see. Next up, we have Gail, who is in the audience with us.
I had another idea that maybe
Gail, here we are. We're just about ready with that one. And we will first screen share. Please remember to answer this as we go through this next one. The question on, do we keep going on or do we do this later?
I had another idea that maybe if I smelled it, I'd be able to figure out which one I should pick.
Were you eating Doritos when you wrapped them up? Because otherwise the smell test doesn't help you.
You know what? It's not a good idea to smell inside your hat.
No. Especially if you wrapped them while you were eating Doritos. That's kind of a funky.
That's a really bad combination. Doritos and a moldy old hat. Actually, it's not that moldy, but that's just a good joke. All right. This one is the last +1 superhero of the season that we're doing as a part of our gratitude show.
I was frozen, sorry. So it's our last +1 superhero of the
season that we are going to cover in our gratitude show. Do you know who it is?
I do know who it is.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
Gail, who are you?
I am an incredibly complex yet wise person who has an ability to see to the heart of somebody like you would not believe.
Why?
Because I think that we should look at events through the lens of perfection, and we should believe that things happen for a reason, even if we can't see the reason right now. And that's where trusting ourselves and knowing ourselves well enough to feel if something is right for us is so important. And I just have to say, I love Gail. I love everybody who's been on this show, clearly, but Gail is one of those people who is so comfortable with who she is, and at the same time so accepting of everybody else that I am consistently amazed at her. And I wish that I knew myself as well as Gail knows herself, and I wish most of all that I listen to my inner wisdom as often and as well as she does.
Yes. And I want to thank Gail. There's a lot of things I could thank you for. One of them is bringing the world your amazing book, Finding Zoe. I have to say that that's my favorite book that I've read this year. And I highly recommend, if you want to understand what it is that Stephanie's just been talking about, even though this book is not about Gail at all, she co-authored the book and it is a true story, but it is extremely insightful into, because Gail's the one who did all the background work and did most of the writing on the book, and therefore it puts you inside the mind of the amazing person that Stephanie has just been talking about. So I highly recommend her book. And I am also grateful just for her friendship. She is such an amazing person. I don't know how many times out of the blue she has just dropped me a private message asking me how I'm doing about something that we had talked about 2 months earlier was going to happen that particular week. And she remembered it. When she says, "How are you doing?" it's very specific to a very specific thing, and she remembers them. It's, Gail, you rock. What can I say?
Yep. Thank you, Gail. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's like 5 steps I have to go through to get back over here. So sorry it takes a little time for transition. But Gail, you're in the audience, so it's kind of fun to have you here while we're doing this. But It's been such a neat experience getting to know you and reading your book at the same time. And if you have not, I know in the video segment, I already told you have to read the book. You have to read the book, okay? It's a really great book. And if you don't believe me, then ask Cheryl, because she also read and loved the book. Well, Cheryl, really, do you want me to go there? She puts up this comment. I'm starting to wonder what they would say about every time I ever talk about Cheryl, I get home and it's, wow, I didn't know you thought that about me. Oh, this is actually, you know, Kevin, you're onto something here. There's a show idea, Cheryl. What about Cheryl Deuce's core values? Seriously, next season is going to be all about core values. And Kevin, I don't know how easy it would be to get my wife on one of my HOAs, but yeah, maybe you guys could help me. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for that. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see who we've got next. Oh, Jason Weiser is our next one up.
You know,
so let's get the tech changed around and get this going.
you know, this is a guy, and you know him a lot better than I do, Stephanie. So it would have been easier for you to do, but I'm up for the challenge. Jason Weiser.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, so Jason Weiser joined us for a show about repurposing, right? And about creating efficiency in your business and how you can take what you've already done and build on it. So Jason, who are you?
I am loves to put the right cogs in the machine to make it create exactly what it's supposed to create.
Why?
A couple of reasons. It's who I am. It's what I automatically do. And so in the new economy, the way it is, luckily it's easy or easier to do that and to put around you those people that are stronger than you are in different areas. And by bringing those people together, then as a team, you create something even stronger. And it's just something I do. Works well for my clients, works well for the people I work with on my team, and it makes me happy.
Yep. So thank you, Jason, for being on this show this season. Of course, Jason knows how much I love him and I think he's fantastic. But one of the things that I really admire about Jason is that it's his ability to be very precise about what it is he wants to do, and then just methodically go about, okay, so what's missing? I need this piece, I need this piece. Here's somebody who knows more about this than I do, let me bring them in. Here's something I already created that could help me get a jump start, let me get that in here too. And he's so willing to try something until it works, and that's really helped me, because I am more of the let's get it perfect before we put it out there, which he knows, and it's one of those points that we go back and forth about sometimes when we work together. But I really admire his ability to say, we just need to try. You know, I've got all the pieces I think we need, let's try, and then we can fine tune it as we go along. And that was something that he talked a lot about, I think, in the show that we were on with him, was the idea that sometimes you just have to at least put something out there, and then you'll be able to see, okay, this is what people are looking for, or this is what people connect with, so that you are using your energy efficiently and you're going in the right direction all the time. So I really appreciate Jason being here. And I also, on a personal note, Jason, you know I love you, and I think you're an awesome dad and an awesome husband, and I hope you're having a great time very far away where you are right now. So enjoy.
Yeah, Jason is you know, he's got the mind of an engineer, but his focus has been online marketing. And, you know, he can just, like you say, pull those pieces together, or my analogy, make an engine that works. He just, you know, I have not had the chance to work hardcore with Jason before, but I really look forward to the day that happens.
Ta-da! Okay, Jason is awesome, and I really do look forward to the time when I get to work on a project the way Stephanie and many of my friends have with Jason, because the way he brings together a team is just unbelievable. So as far as the comments go, as far as my question earlier, I got one from Yvonne that she's sticking around, but that I can see. I mean, Cheryl said this is fun, but that I can see we got nobody else saying they want to join, want me to keep running. So we got enough time to do one or two. Please, this time around, let me know what you're thinking, and you know, whether you want to keep going. Okay, so yeah, we got this comment in about from Kevin Burns. Yes, Dennis Deuce, we will all pitch in to encourage Cheryl Deuce to be a special guest on one of your shows, especially one related to #Kova. Here is Cheryl's comment. So I don't know that that's going to happen, but here's Kevin Burns' comment about Jason. Jason knows how to put business-minded folks on the right track in the most efficient manner in order to help them produce results. And that's a great, concise point on what it is that Stephanie and I were trying to say. We'll go in next little video segment here. And again, I really would love to hear back from you guys what your thoughts are on continuing the show, or doing the remainder as a secondary show. Here we go. They've got just Dewell, FA, plus well, you. So here we go.
Well, they sound pretty mixed up now. Yeah, I'll just go with the first one I picked this time.
I think so.
Good idea, huh? Okay, well, so I gotta explain this one. It says on it Jess and Nora.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really just Jess, because Nora's in there by herself somewhere.
Right, exactly, because we already did Nora. We did Nora.
Oh, that's right. Or maybe we didn't, because we're playing them back out of order.
Okay.
watching this and you haven't seen Nora,
we haven't done Nora yet.
But we haven't played it.
Hey, man. All right, give me a second. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All righty. Jessica Dewell, who are you?
I am someone who believes that every business owner has something special about them and that they just have to find a way to let that come out. I call it sparkle.
You do call it sparkle. Why?
Because I think fundamentally all business owners are people. Not fundamentally, it's true, we're all people. But I think sometimes it's easy to forget that. And it's especially easy to get into the mindset of business is supposed to be serious. I have to focus, I have to be serious now. And with my partner, Nora, I am on a mission to change that. And I think that by reconnecting with who we are as individuals, we also can be better business owners.
Yes. Okay, so I want to say thank you for Nora coming on our show, first of all.
Yes.
That meant a lot to me, and I'm not going to go into all the reasons why, but both Jess and Nora know why, and that's what's most important. I want to thank Jess for, talk about a person who brings herself to the game and plays with everything she's got. There's nothing left on the table when Jess is done, whether it's an HOA, whether it's a private hangout, whether it's a reshare of a post, whether it's a comment on your post. She has fully embraced the use of her superpower, which is sparkle. Clearly that is, for this particular +1 superhero, sparkle is her superpower.
Yep. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Jess, because she has been, as many of the guests on this season have been, an amazing supporter of me ever since I got on the platform, and someone who's inspired me to really look at why I want to do business and to try to make it fun. So huge thank you to Jess.
Jess, you rock. We love you.
Okay, I cracked myself up. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but there was something wrong with that video. Yeah, there was something wrong with that video, and what it was for some reason I was not white boxing about 3 or 4 sections of video, and so well, anyway, you saw I just picked a little 5-second segment and I played it over and over and over and over again, and yeah, that was how I made myself appear, when really the whole video was actually just Stephanie, and it was a lot easier to just keep that same segment. So that was just me having fun. So apparently, yeah, you guys want me to keep going. You want me to keep going, and I appreciate that. Okay. So let's see who's next up. All right, for some reason, the Meagan Francis video is not going to play for us. So we're going to have to jump to Nora. I am sorry, Megan. It's just not there right now. So here we go.
So there's only one really other tough one in that hat. We didn't get the tough one, but I'm going to give you a hint on who it might be.
Okay, okay, so I guess I finally have to try. Is that what you're telling me?
You finally have to try. So Nora, Whalen, and Jess came on as the superheroes collectively. The only time we did that this season. And the subject was?
The subject was intent.
Intent, which so tied into their infusion principle project. All right, so Nora, who are you?
I am someone who believes that you should live an intentional but joyful life.
Why?
Because life's too short for it to suck. That's pretty Nora, isn't it? Did I get her?
Oh, Nora. Oh, thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome. And that was serious. It was, but I also think that Nora has so much energy and so much joy that just kind of comes out of her, and she's inspiring because you can't be around her and not believe it's possible. Even though sometimes you look at it and you're like, man, I got nothing but crap to do. You get around Nora and all you can think is, oh, but you know what? This could be fun and that could be fun too. And let's try that. That could be fun too. And so, yeah, you just can't. She's a force of nature.
She is a force of nature. Yeah. And, you know, I really liked that you can't be around her and not think that it is possible. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
When you're talking about Nora, it doesn't matter what the it is. It is possible. I can't say there's a lot of people that have been that I've known well, that have been that embracing of anything is possible. I want to thank Nora for coming on the show. I mean, Jess and Nora were working furiously at the point in time that they came on the show, preparing for the Infusion Principle Summer Conference. And they took the time to come on, and it was just such a great show, such a great opportunity to sit down and discuss with both of them the power of intent. And, you know, both on that show and every other encounter I've had with Nora has just been an utter pleasure. And I'm really glad she's around here on the Plus. She just makes it a happier place.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, let's see what we got this time. Still got a runny nose from that Pete one. Okay, Meagan, you're up.
Meagan Francis. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be up a lot since you got to do 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so Meagan joined us to talk about heart.
Yes. So, Meagan Francis, Who are you?
I am someone who believes that you lead with your heart, but you don't let it overwhelm you.
Why?
I think that there's power in feeling things deeply and in recognizing that. But I'm also a practical Michigan type person who's like, okay, so now let's move on and let's get out there and let's kick some butt.
Yes.
So I actually really adore Meagan for lots of reasons, but I'm so glad that she came on for this show in particular, because she helped me reconnect with that whole passion and heart of what it is I was trying to do. And had it not been for her, I'm sure I wouldn't be here, because there would be no way I would have gotten involved in G+ or any of the other stuff I'm doing. And I think that what she helped me recognize is that feeling and passion and emotion is not a bad thing in business, but you just have to recognize it for what it is, right? You have to reconnect with it so that you can use it to help you go forward. And that was an amazingly powerful lesson for me. So I can't say thank you enough to Meagan, and hopefully she knows how much I appreciate her, but thank you again, Meagan.
Yes. You know, this was, as with a lot of the guests, I think you brought more guests to this season than I did, Stephanie, and a lot of them were people that I didn't even know, which has been quite a pleasure, Meagan certainly included. But, you know, on the point you were just talking about, I think, you know, our emotions in business can be a tool, and that tool can be a tool of construction or destruction. And what she teaches us is how to make it build a better life. And this season for me has been all about that, like my life during the period of this season. And so that was very helpful as I was working on things on my own. And that's one of the things I love about Network Roundtable is we get all these amazing people on here and they help us. I hope they help you guys as an audience too, but quite honestly, I'm more concerned about me.
Oh, come on. You know that's not true, Dennis.
I know it's not true, but it's funny to say.
It is. You're actually worried about me. That's what it is.
There have been times this season that I've been worried about you, but not the whole season.
Well, okay. Thank you.
Okay, that was funny. It was funny for me. I hope we didn't lose anyone. Oh, we didn't. In fact, we gained people while I was not being expressed. Yep, my mic was on. I just had the wrong mic on, Kevin Burns. But the thing that I was saying right there is that I got wrapped up in the tech of what I'm doing right now and had lost the spirit of the gratitude piece of what I'm doing. So I took a moment and I said thank you to everyone who's been watching, because you guys make this worth doing by coming back every week, by engaging with our content. You know, Stephanie and I have a goal here, and the goal of Network Roundtable is to create greater insight into the world of what we call esoteric business, the kind of well, I mean, it aligns very closely with what Jess and Nora are doing. It kind of aligns with Zappos, if you've ever read or heard anything about what they're doing. And we want to promote that within small business, that kind of thinking. And so, yeah, that's what I was talking about. And the reason I find that so funny is because when I finally changed my mind and stopped thinking so much about the tech, then I forgot to switch my mic. I don't know. I find that funny. Anyway, yeah, and now we've got Elena, volume please. We've got Yvonne, Dennis, you forgot to turn on your mic. We got Kevin, forgot to turn on your mic. Pretty funny stuff. So, Cheryl, this is funny. That's a chance for all of us to do one of those bad lip reading moments. I love those videos. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is that's what those couple of videos that are in here where I just shoved stuff over top of when I was talking, they look like those bad lip reading videos. That's pretty funny. Okay, so let's see who's up next. We have, oh gee, Yvonne. We have Pete up next. Again, I cannot express enough gratitude for you letting us do this. So bear with me. I don't know that I'm going to really do this very well. I don't know that there's a graceful way to do it, but it's just, for Stephanie and I, hands down, our favorite episode was the one where Pete told us, and he had only found out within 24 hours that the cancer was back. So here we go. Mic is going off.
All right, here we go. Do we have a female or a male? We shall see.
Drum roll.
I think I scrunched these up too much.
Why?
Because they're hard to open, but
okay.
Now I'm in trouble.
Because it's a guy.
It is a male. That's not why I'm in trouble. It's Pete. This is going to be the hardest one to do. And everybody needs to be completely understanding, because there's no way I'm not going to cry. So.
Okay. So Pete, who are you?
I know how I see him. I hope that now that he's where he is, he can see what we all saw. But Pete is a man of courage.
Why?
Because of the way that he certainly had a challenging life, and yet he loved that life, and he loved life in general. And you could just see it so much on that show. So much power coming from such a trying situation, a helplessly trying situation. And yet, I don't think anyone on this season came across with more power than Pete did.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Pete, for being on the show this year. I don't even have to do anything except say thank you, and I'm having a hard time. It's hard. We don't have enough time for me to say everything that I admired about Pete, and the fact that he was willing to come on the show and speak publicly about something that had to be horribly difficult, both for him and for Evie. But what I admired the most about him was his ability to just, like you said, live his life and not get caught up in what's going to happen or what has happened, but really be present and get the most out of every minute that he had. And I wish that we could all do a better job of that, because even though we don't know that our time is counted, we don't know exactly when, we don't have any more time, it's going to happen to everybody. And if we could take that mindset and just say, I need to appreciate everything that's happening to me right this second, I think the world would be a better place. You know, not just for us as individuals, but for everybody else, because all this, anyway, sorry, I'm going to get on a soapbox, but truthfully, if we would focus a lot more on enjoying what's really happening now, I think only good and happiness could come from it. So I am so thankful that Pete was able to show us what that looks like in this season.
And just in case anyone doesn't know why this is, I think we need to make a clarification, because there's a chance that someone in the audience doesn't know. Pete came on our show to announce that he had been diagnosed again with cancer, and this time it was there was no cure for this round. And since then, Pete actually has passed away. And so therein lies the difficulty.
All right, look at that. I got my mic back this time. Wow. I hope that was okay. So Yvonne says, because if life sucks, you just have to make the best of it. Let's see. Holy cow. Cheryl says, Alex, well, if I get to make some suggestions about being on an HOA, I will be on one with you and David and Gina Fidel and Vincent Messina. You make that happen, I'm there. That would be an awesome and very interesting HOA. So we'll have to see if that can happen. And I hope you are all enjoying the musical interlude. My daughter was humming in the background. I don't know if you could actually hear it or not, but okay. So I was looking through what we've got still coming up, and there's 3 of them that for some reason I saved them as Produce 1, Produce 2, and Produce 3. I was supposed to take the time this morning and change the names to who they were really about. So we're going to have 3 surprises with no good intro. but they're not quite up yet. The next one that we're doing right now is Phyllis.
Okay, you ready?
And let's see here. Okay, change out my mic.
Dun, dun, dun. You look kind of like the Cat in the Hat when you do that.
Yeah, I was actually, it wasn't my hands, my eyebrows. I have strings attached and they're pulling this thing up and down.
Nice.
So yeah.
I can't even see the piercing. That's what's cool.
I know. Yeah, because I don't like piercings on my eyebrows.
You're so lame. You're such a
know. I'm so boring. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, we already knew who it was.
Psych.
Psych. But you don't know who it is unless you've been doing your math and following along. And I decided to actually put this at the end of the show, which I probably won't. So this is Phyllis.
Yep. And Phyllis Khare joined us for the discipline episode.
Yes, she did. She did. Phyllis Khare, who are you?
I am the CEO of ME, and I teach other people to be the CEO of YOU.
Why?
Because, like Stephanie, I really like to have a plan. And it kind of annoys me when I don't have a plan. And so what I've done is I have found a way to schedule my life that lets me do all the things I want to do and also make sure that I get my business taken care of without becoming a complete basket case in the process.
Wow. So I just want to point something out here. If you don't have your own elevator pitch, right here is the reason why you need to have one. This was the last one that we actually did but I do want to point out how easy it was for Stephanie to cover Phyllis. And the reason is Phyllis is that clear on her elevator pitch. I am going to be writing an elevator pitch because you have just sold me on the value of a personal elevator pitch, Phyllis. So thank you for that. And thank you for being on the show. Thank you for your insights on using a calendar. Though I do have to admit, I've thought a lot about your idea of only having 5 tabs open. I've even tried. It doesn't work for me. So I'm being true to me. I'm being the CEO of me and realizing that, or ME, and realizing that ME does not work with 5 tabs. It actually drove me crazy. But
well, and I want to thank Phyllis not only for coming on the show and for sharing some really great tips about technical stuff like only keep 5 tabs open, but about what we talked about a lot on the show was the difference between the way we perceive discipline and the way that we perceive efficiency. And I really loved that Phyllis wasn't afraid to say to us, I don't like the word. You picked the bad word for this show, guys. Because it's true that a lot of people react negatively to discipline. And I loved that Phyllis was able to say, you know what, that word, it just doesn't really work for me. I'm going to pick a different word that does the same thing so that I can actually make it work for me. And I love Phyllis for lots of other reasons. She's been very supportive, as have many others, of the things I'm doing. But she's got this ability just to say, okay, that's a really great idea, but the way you're talking about it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to hear what you say, but adapt it to me. And that to me is the big lesson that Phyllis taught us. So I really, really appreciate that. as someone who sometimes struggles with that. So thanks for reminding us, Phyllis.
Yes. And see, she did the same thing I did with the 5 tabs. Discipline doesn't work for me. Efficiency does.
Right.
No.
I heard what you said, and I'm going to make it work for me.
Yeah. And I do run with less tabs. I will add that I run with, like, I haven't run with 20 tabs open on 3 separate versions of Chrome once since the show. And I'm not over exaggerating. Yes, before the show, there were many times I'd have 60 tabs open. So.
And then wonder why you had crashes. But that's a story for another day, Dennis. We're not even going to go there.
Yeah, you guys are all going, what? Yeah, seriously. You know, Dave, thank you for making me feel better. She really did talk about this. She said you should only have 5 tabs open at a time. Oh, per browser would be okay, I suppose. Yeah, Dave, I'm with you there. Yes, Dave says, my thoughts are still with Kayla Yvonne, that HOA was a shock, but Pete's upbeat mood at the time has left a lasting memory and my admiration. Absolutely. And I wish you all could have seen the green room after. I mean, Pete and I were brainstorming project ideas and how, you know, the stuff he's done could work together with the stuff I've done. And anyway, yeah. So, all right. David says, I just couldn't refuse an HOA in which Cheryl Deuce is present. Absolutely true. Elaine says, thanks, Elaine, or Yvonne says, thanks, Elaine. It was a privilege being Pete's wife. He made this as easy and even enjoyable as possible. You just have to live in the moment. It is a blessing, knowing that it's coming instead of just happening. You can make sure no questions and dreams are open. Okay, so yes. Yvonne. I mean, Yvonne and Stephanie are the only two that can attest to this, but they were hardly getting a word in edgewise as, you know, one of the greatest brainstorming sessions of my life is going on. And Yvonne says, yep, that was him. Always new ideas. And I mean, I met my match that day, and it was such a pleasure. I am so glad. That was the only time I got to hang out with Pete, and I'm so glad I had that opportunity. So let's take a look at who we've got up next. Thank you so much for engaging in the show, for all your comments. Okay, so the next one is Produce. The show is named Produce, and I have no idea who this is about. The program that I use for my editing automatically calls them Produce, and for some reason I didn't retitle them as I was saving them. So here we go. Let's see who Produce is.
A different way. Like it really matters, right?
I was about to say it's just pieces of paper, but hey.
You know what's interesting? I just noticed, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this hat, yes, you can see it.
Yes, 100% paper.
100% paper. I just barely noticed that, so.
You gotta love that, right?
We've got the most manly guest that we had this season. That's what's on here. He's the most manly guest because he's got man in his name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm now playing Manny.
Okay. So Manny St. Victor, Who are you?
I am someone who is fascinated with the way our personalities drive what we think, how we react to things, and what we are able to give to others. The basis of all of our interpersonal skills or our interpersonal relationships are based on my personality and the person I'm talking to's personality. And the more that I understand that, or that you understand that, the better off you're going to be in having quality interpersonal relationships. Oh, I'm also, and Dennis can attest to this, the most amazing hypnotherapist anyone.
Why?
Well, because I'm awesome. Oh, that was an answer to the second part. Why the interpersonal relationships? Because I've learned so much about myself and about the people that I work with on a regular basis through those interpersonal, or through those skills of breaking down personality types, that it helps me to be a better person. And therefore, I want others to be able to benefit in the way that I have, by being able to quickly assess what other people's personality types are and help them. Oh, and Stephanie, you've been hypnotized twice. Okay, that's a joke between me and Manny. I'm not going to get into it, but that, Manny, if you're watching, dude, you rock.
Okay, well, thank you, Manny, for being on the show, first off. Thank you for sharing your brain, the little bits of it that we're able to grasp, because I know not everybody, you have so much up there that not everybody can get everything that you're talking about. But I really want to say a personal thank you as well to Manny for being not only, again, a great supporter of us on the show and of me individually, but also someone who is bringing a totally different perspective to a lot of the conversations, because I think, unfortunately, in any group, sometimes it's hard to be the person who says, yeah, but I don't agree, or I don't see it that way, and here's what I think. And I really admire Manny for his ability to say, wait a minute, that's not what I see at all. And not in a way where he's trying to create conflict, but just in a way of saying, hey, here's what I am seeing. Do we need to take a second look? And if so, let's find a way to do that. So I really, really appreciate Manny, and I'm so glad he was with us for this season.
Yes, very much so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And even more than being with us for the season, thank you for calling me on a Friday night when I was eating hamburgers with my wife. Another private message.
Okay, that was hysterical. When I was talking and I had my hat off and I'm like talking into my hat like it was another person. Oh boy. I did not like pick the pictures and line them up, but they sure happened to do that this time. I do want to point out we've got a new person on the show. This is Lullaby. Hi, Lullaby. This is my big puppy. And this hoodie that you're going to pin my arm? This hoodie that he has on is Cheryl's daughter's dance hoodie. It's really funny. I wish it was pink. That would be even funnier. But, this big, tough dog has this dance hoodie on. Okay. So let's take a look again. Let's see. Kevin says, why the interpersonal relationship skills? Because it helps me to be a better person and to better assess other people's personalities. And then he uses the hashtag COVA, core values. Gina showed up. I'm here. I'm here with 3. Yeah, glad to be here, even late. Dave Pipe says, when I'm doing my music thingy, I can have 3 browsers running with 8 tabs open in each. know that the one that I'm posting from that doesn't crash, man. Zero. So again, the name, not sure what it is or who it is. We will find out.
Yeah. Now, Ammon was with us for honesty, like all of our shows, I think. But here we go. Ammon Johns, who are you?
I'm a curmudgeon.
Why?
And I don't want you peeing on my lawn. But when you ask why, things Ammon says all the time, and they are absolutely true about him. I am a person who sees the world very differently, and I can see the way together and interconnect often before the people that I'm talking to fit together and interconnect. I think that's the main reason that I actually do the show that I do. Do you mind me plugging my show?
No, go ahead.
The Ammonize show. The reason is it allows is the theory behind your marketing, why your marketing needs to head in this direction.
So why? Why do you like doing that?
Well, like my friend Dennis Deuce likes to crack myself up. I mean, he cracks himself up. I have over 150,000 hours in SEO work or more, which makes me far more than just an outlier. I know this stuff. It's so much a part of me. It's like the way others breathe, others communicate. It is just part of me. So it becomes just a natural outflow of what I'm automatically thinking as I'm in conversations with people.
Well, thank you, Ammon, for being on the show. That all of our shows were designed to make people think, but I think that maybe the show about honesty was one of the more challenging shows for a lot of people, particularly because you, Ammon, gave us some curmudgeonly love, like you do so well, and because you're not afraid to say, here's where the rubber meets the road. And I think that's what so many people on the Plus, myself and Dennis included, admire so much about you. But when you do it, it's not because you're trying to be mean-spirited or because you don't even like the person. A lot of times it's someone that you recognize that in trying to help people, sometimes we do the wrong thing, which is tell them that everything is okay, when in fact it's not okay. And so I really admire your ability to care enough about the person to risk their momentary displeasure when you talk. And I also, for tons of reasons, which we've talked about with many of the people who've been on the show, the fact that you've supported our show, the fact that you've supported me and Dennis in lots of different things that we've been working on this year has been just amazing. So thank you so much for being a part of this season. And thank you for being on the Plus. You're a huge asset to the platform.
You really are, Ammon. And ditto to what Stephanie said. You know personally and intimately how I feel about you. So I'm not going to embarrass either of us, but the reality is you rock.
Okay, and I gotta, hang on 1 second. I'm sorry. I gotta check with my repair guy. Apparently.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, and our audio is back. Okay, well that's kind of weird though. My comment tracker disappeared. So yeah, that was fun, taking a chance to touch on Ammon and who Ammon is. Ammon has been a huge support to both Stephanie and I in a number of different ways, and we therefore have a desire to also support all the things that he's doing to make the Plus a better place. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up my comment tracker again because it just disappeared going through that last round. Okay, it's almost up. Gina says the, not 3. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This sentence makes a whole lot more sense. Tee hee hee, I'm here with thee. Yeah, glad to be here, even late. That makes a lot more sense. You know, I gotta say, I am glad that we're now getting the white background in the stream when I pop these up. So maybe it wasn't a bad thing that it turned off. All right, so, and Ammon, if you ever jump in and watch this, we'd love to hear your thoughts. It's been fun to hear how well or not well people think that we've done, and we've nailed some more than others in trying to portray who we think they are and why they do what they do. That's been fun. Our next one is Wade Harman. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is another one that has the dubbed over portion of my side, but I'm not certain on that. Let's just go ahead and play it and see. Wade is somebody that I just totally love. So
That was
that's okay. That's okay.
okay. We're picking another one. Let's see what we've got here. All right, we got Wade Harman.
It's all you. It's all you, Dennis. That's perfect.
We're going to edit this and change up the order. So you're watching this now, but the order I'm playing these back is not the order we're recording.
It's a secret surprise. Okay. And
So we don't even know.
Right. And Wade joined us for a show to talk about flow. Another excellent show. Okay, so Wade, who are you?
I am a down-to-earth Southern boy. This is so hard. Just wait until it's your turn, Stephanie. It is so hard to try and get inside somebody else's head. It would be so much easier to just tell everybody why I love Wade Harman. But
well, do you want to do that? We can do that too.
We could do that. Okay, so you know I should have a change of hats.
Totally up to you.
Wade's just awesome. He is so just straightforward. You get what you get, and so embracing. You know, he's decidedly a friend. There you go.
Okay.
So now we're going to add the David stuff.
To the David stuff.
So why is he a down-to-earth Southern boy?
Oh, right. So why is he a down-to-earth Southern boy? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's where he's from, but it seems to be something that is just innate to him. Just he's quiet and confident. I mean, I've never personally been to the South, but he seems far more like what I would think of a Southern gentleman than something that would come from central casting for a Southern gentleman. He just really is a good person.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Wade. And I really appreciated Wade being on the show to talk about flow, because I actually didn't know Wade very well when he came on the show. And I feel very much like you do, Dennis, that he's an amazing person, and he's very comfortable with who he is. And I think that when you're trying to get in the flow and you're trying to have things really work for you is so crucial. Because if you're not comfortable with who you are, nothing's ever going to feel right. And so I really admire that about him, and I really appreciate that he was able to share it with us.
Good deal. Thanks, Wade. We loved having you on the show.
All right, we're back again. Okay, so let's see what you guys had to say. Okay, so Kevin Burns commenting on the Ammonized portion. I'm a person that sees the world differently. The main reason I do my Ammonized show is that I like to help people learn how to better market their business using SEO concepts. And because I am a curmudgeon, audio crapped out after first sentence, so the rest is what I think you said, Dennis Deuce. As Ammon Johns, and last sentence spot from Stephanie Sims' observation. Yeah, yeah, there were lots of things with the audio crapping out, but Cheryl says, what a fun show to see the other side of people. Well, I'm glad you guys are liking this. I'd love to hear your thoughts about, this. If you're able to separate yourself from just the overall feel good of being so grateful for so many people, just the concept of these little segments and then a live portion and segments, live portion, segments, live portion. Something I'm thinking of doing on another HOA that I haven't started producing. So let's see. Wade Hartman, definitely a wheel media hero, that's for sure. Shout out at 144. I can't believe we've been live for that long. There's an ongoing conversation between Gina and Cheryl. No, but seriously, Cheryl, I think it would be really fun to stack the deck. Fun, and stacking the deck is your birthright. I love that. You guys are having so much fun. Okay, so let's see who's up next. We're getting pretty close to the end. We actually only have Shawndra Higgins, and then Yvonne, and then our closing. So Shawndra's the next one up. Clearly going to break the 2-hour mark here. And okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about the girl with all the energy. Because I'll tell you what, that's what she's got.
Dun dun dun.
That one? Nope. Nope.
Come on, Dennis. No cheating.
Oh, I can't read them. I mean, come on, they look like this.
I know, but what is that all about? You were that kid. You were that kid at Christmas, weren't you?
I wasn't that kid. I was making fun of that kid, though. How funny is that? You saw it. You saw it. Bubbly Bible girl decided now was her time. I did put her in. I just didn't take two. You saw it all happen.
I just had to interrupt for a second. you don't get in this video, I cut it off too early at the beginning. You don't get what is so funny right there. The thing is that for some reason, Shawndra had not been in the hat the whole time. And we realized it, and I crumpled up her name in front of the camera, and I put it in the hat. And then I did that whole weird thing that I did, and all of a sudden, boom, name was the one that came out. So that's why that was so funny to both of us, because it all of a sudden wasn't.
Energy.
It's perfect.
All right, here we go. Shawndra Higgins, bubbly Bible girl, babbling bubbly Bible girl, Brooke, something or another. Who are you?
I am someone who has an enormous amount of energy and enthusiasm for projects that I believe in. And I have an ability to connect with people so that they feel that energy and it transfers to them. But somehow I'm able to do all that without ever running out of energy. So Stephanie would tell you that I am a miracle. I'm a walking miracle. Because I don't know how that happens, but it just happens. I keep getting more energy.
You know, you forgot one thing. Be her, you need to come up and like do this in the camera. She does that all the time.
Oh, no, I have to go like this.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? What the heck was that?
It was
Did you
music.
hear that?
Yes, it was music.
Wow.
That was
I'm telling you, Shawndra just like made that music appear.
It was the energy of Shawndra.
It was the energy. She never runs out, and she has enough to power my laptop 3 states away.
How long have I been dead for? Because I came back from watching the video and found that I was no longer connected. So please inform me if I need to play that video over again or not. Because, yeah, the gremlins attacked right in the middle of that. And so, anyway, I hope you're still all here. Oh, look, you are still all here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get comment tracker back up because we got to reset everything because, yeah, well, yeah, we do. We just have to. So I am asking you if I need to replay it. He's back. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So 39. Oops, that was a bit of music. Oh, maybe that's it. Okay, so it looks like it was at the point of the music that we died. Okay, so you have to see the end of this one, so because Stephanie and I get really funny. So I'm going to try and find that point here. Start it after the music.
Stephanie, I have to tell you, I'm graphic. She's doing all kinds of stuff. She brings that enthusiasm.
Watch.
Heck was that?
It was
Did you
music.
hear that?
Yes, it was music.
Wow. It just like made that music appear.
It was the energy of Shawndra.
It was the energy. She never runs out enough to power. Okay. Why?
I think that energy comes from a higher power. And I believe that as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm never going to run out of energy. And that and the connection with other people just helps it build. And as Stephanie, I have to tell you, I am consistently amazed by Shawndra. Because this woman, seriously, she never stops. She never, ever stops. And she's able not only to do all these things, but to remain happy and engaging and excited, genuinely excited about what it is that she's talking to you about, whether it's, you know, on a Bible study or it's, you know, when we were talking about energy on the show, or, you know, I've worked with her a little bit on other projects, you know, media projects. She's doing some graphics. She's doing all kinds of stuff. She brings that enthusiasm and that energy to absolutely everything she does. And I am in awe because I have no idea how she does it.
Seriously. Yeah. You know, I'm really grateful that she's been on the show. I'm grateful every week she shows up to be a part of the show, because the show is better when Shawndra's in the audience. It really is. Her comments and her sense of humor and her energy are infectious. And the show is just better. And I'm also really bummed she hasn't been here for like 4 weeks. Hopefully she'll be here Friday. I'm not scolding you, Shawndra, but we miss you.
And watch out for a ping. I think you're going to get pinged, Shawndra, several times for this show.
Pingorama. Everybody who is watching right now, and you're probably, I'm going to guess that right this minute, you're all eating cold turkey sandwiches, unless you're not in America. Right? Because right now, not right now, you and me, Stephanie, right now when the show's on, it's Friday afternoon at lunch, no one's at work, and you all bought a turkey that was way too big. Because the best part of turkey is the cold turkey sandwiches after, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't know what that had to do with Shawndra. But
no, you were going to ask them to. You were going to ask them to put down their turkey sandwich and start pinging Shawndra. That's what I think you were going to ask them to do.
Turkey sandwich, set aside the cranberry sauce, and ping, ping, ping. Everybody who's watching, ping now, Shawndra. And if you're actually watching right now, sorry.
So Shawndra just got inundated with notifications, although she's already here. We're sorry, Shawndra. We love you anyway.
Oh.
Okay, now that was fun. So have you guys been pinging? Let's see, I'm looking in the comments so far, and yeah, I love this comment right here, Yvonne. If this described my production experience, a little troll can't scare us off. The things that I've survived and come back from in an HOA. Let's see. I saw some of this one. I haven't read the whole thing. Dennis and Stephanie did a lot of work putting these vignettes together, and then Dennis managed to bring in a new production format that just might have legs. You were out for about 4 minutes. You got knocked off when you said Shawndra lives 3 states away. All right, so I found about the right spot. There we go, Yvonne. Thank you very much. Please keep doing this. Kristen Drysdale, yes, thank you very much. Let's ping the heck out of Shawndra because she actually isn't here. You know, something funny happened yesterday when I was swimming. You may have seen the pictures of my daughter swimming yesterday. While I was at the pool, I got a private message from Shawndra, which I haven't gotten a private message from her in a while. And she wanted to just check in and wish me a happy Thanksgiving. So, of course, I thought, you know, she had seen the video vignette that we had put up. Say hi, Lalui. Oh, yeah, kisses. Thank you. Sorry, guys. It's just my life. Welcome. Anyway, so after the conversation went on for a little bit, I asked her, so did you see the video? She's like, no. So I went and found the link and put it in the private conversation. And my dog just hit my camera. That's why it was like wiggling there for a second. Lullaby, we're not going outside right now. No. We got one more video to play. So anyway, it was interesting that her timing was so perfectly aligned with us getting that video. So thank you for pinging her. This is fun. And I do hope that you put down your cranberry sauce and turkey sandwiches before you did that, because this is the Google Hangout time machine. All right. So Yvonne, you got here at the beginning. You stayed through the whole thing. It's now your turn. So that means this is the last highlight piece, and then we have the HOA closing that we've already recorded. So here we go.
Are you a psychic? Do you know what last one is in here?
I do.
Oh. Yeah, I hit the wrong button, so this is taking longer than the other ones.
Are you a psychic? Do you know what last one is in here?
I do.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we saved a really great one, but a really hard one.
Oh, now I remember.
Yeah.
Before I even open this name up, I want to say thank you so much for being willing to let us do this. This is Yvonne.
Yeah.
And you are an amazing person. So, Yvonne, who are you?
I am someone who doesn't like to be labeled. I'm somebody who wants to do my own thing, but I'm somebody who has been through a lot and come out on the other side. And sometimes that's all that people need to know.
Wow, very well said. Why?
Maybe it's because of my German roots. Maybe it's because I eat a lot of Kinder Bueno. It could be that. But I was, it's so hard because I have so many things I want to say and I can't wait. I can't wait my turn. I'm still Yvonne right now. Because I see things, I see the way things really are, and I know that I just need to make the most of the way things really are. Instead of wishing for them to be different, instead of spending time worrying about what's going to happen, I really just need to grab on to what I have right now and make the most of it. And now I have to quit being Yvonne and I have to be me, because I have so much admiration for Yvonne. And not just because she came on the show at a time in her life when things were incredibly difficult, both for her and for Pete, but because of everything that she's done since the show. She doesn't, I can't say what she does or doesn't like, but in any case, the way that she spoke about courage on the show indicated that she didn't want us to call her courageous, but I don't see it either way. And honestly, the conclusion that I came away from that show with was that courage is not something you feel, but it's definitely something you see. And Pete and Yvonne were both incredibly courageous, not only during our show, but during the entire time that Pete was ill. And Yvonne continues to be an amazing person with a huge amount of knowledge. So this is a very, very smart woman, but she's also incredibly courageous. So thanking part of that amazing show about courage, but also for being part of the plus and for showing us every day exactly how brilliant and courageous you are.
Absolutely. Yeah, the first time I met you was on that show. We had commented on each other's things here and there a little bit, but not a whole lot. But wow, you really did exude courage on that show, and I have seen it every step of the way since. And I love how Stephanie put it. I think it's even more concise and true to the point of the show on courage, which both Stephanie and I feel was our most touching and favorite show of the season. I know you're not supposed to have favorites among your kids, and in some way, shape, or form, all of these shows feel like children, but we do. We're just that kind of parents, so there you go. But I loved what Stephanie said. You don't feel courage, but you certainly see it. And I think that's the entire essence, that's the final kernel of truth from that whole episode, because all of us could see courage in the other people in the show, and none of us felt courageous. And I just appreciate your courage, your demonstration of courage, your strength. And again, I really appreciate you allowing us to do this, because, well, because of the situation with Pete, it would have been completely understandable for you to, we purposely gave you the option, and you chose to allow us to spotlight both you and Pete. And again, just another evidence of courage and the goodness in your heart. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for sharing yourself with all of us here on the Plus.
Yeah, the one other thing I would like to say, which we didn't necessarily mention when we talked about Pete, but you guys talked a lot about gratitude when you were on the show, and about appreciating what you have. And to me, if there's anything that anyone is looking to learn about gratitude, you need to go listen to Pete and Evie talk about what it means to be grateful, what it means to appreciate what you have. Because clearly, if there are people in a position to not be as appreciative, who've gotten some bad breaks, they were there, and yet they still were so focused on being grateful and enjoying. There's a huge lesson there for all of us. So, it's an amazing, I think about it now and it gives me goosebumps. It's amazing that they're able to be thinking of others and to be thinking about wanting to be present for everyone, even when they were going through a really tough time. So thank you guys again. Thank you so much. We love you.
We do. Yep. It's unanimous. Your parents love you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Yvonne, you are courageous. She says, I still don't feel courageous. I said I do, so I did. Alex says, sorry, ran away to do my homework. Actually, Cheryl, that's a panel of people I think I could make happen. Yeah, between the two of you. Oh, thank you so much for mentioning. Lolly Rogers appears to be getting rambunctious. Take me for a walk, Papa. I got to take care of some business outside. 3 cheers to your cute daughter. She has been a real trooper during this show. So I got to say, actually, during the last one, I had her come over. That's why she's moved her position. I had her come over and sit right here. And then I took Lolly out and let him do his business and ran back in. And she was supposed to knock on the window if I was out there too long. The other reason I didn't let her go all the way back to her position is later tonight, I'm going to be reading her some children's stories live on an HOA. Multi-camera, looking over the shoulder at the book. It should be pretty fun. I don't know exactly what time, but probably between 7 and 8 Utah time, I should get started. So that might be fun if you want to check something out. And she doesn't have an account, so you can't follow her, but she does have a hashtag. So if you want to send her a message that she won't get for another like 10 years, her hashtag is #Bugga, Bugga. Send her a little, put a comment in this event, and use #Bugga. That would be awesome. Anyway, okay, so the last thing we've got is our closing comments. I'm going to bring now.
All right, thank you.
And, Stephanie and I had so much fun making this, and I just really look forward to continuing the project on shows. We really appreciate all of you, all our superheroes, all our sidekicks, all of the audience. We love you guys, and thank you so much for joining in. Here we go with our closing comments.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you all. We need to thank our super troopers, everybody who joined us in the audience this whole season. Some of you come every week, some of you come every other week, some of you come when it makes sense for you. We love all of you, and we are so excited that this has helped you improve the way that you run your business, or at least help you feel better about the things you've decided not to change, like too many tabs.
Exactly. Thank you so much. We, of course, will see you all next week when we are covering.
That's a good question. I think on the 5th we are covering letting go.
Letting go. So we will be back next week with letting go. We'll see you Monday for, of course, the 4 questions, or what we call the micro HOA, who are you? And I hope you enjoyed your turkey sandwiches. Back up now, and see you all later.